Hi, my name's Mrs. Hughes and I'm Head of English at BGGS. This is just a quick video to give you some hints about how to encourage reading for pleasure at home. Reading is so important. Not only does it help a child achieve in all their subjects, but it also, according to lots of recent evidence and research, helps with mental well-being too, and that's particularly important at this time. So at BGGS, our expectations are that pupils read for 20 minutes a day, and if they are in year 7 and 8, they take part in the Accelerated Reader Programme, which is a computer programme that they can log into, and after they've read a book, they can do a quiz on it, which helps us to see the progress in their reading. It's really hard sometimes to encourage a young person to read. You might have a bookworm at home who reads all the time, but often there is an attitude that reading is boring, or someone doesn't like reading. And it's not about forcing, but it's about encouraging them to read. Sometimes if you're forcing them to sit down and read, it doesn't quite work. Bookfinder is a good way to find a good book that your child might like. So it goes through different age ranges. You choose an age range and you choose a type of book. You can choose lots of different categories. And it can give you recommendations. So if you're sitting with your child and they're saying, well, actually, I don't like any books, I can't find any books that I like, this can kind of help them to show some things that are out there, some recommendations for them. So here I've gone through a search and I'm looking at some of the recommendations, and there's quite a few that have come up. And what you can do is, if you find one you like, you can have a look at it. You can see the summary of the book and whether or not it's something that your child might enjoy reading. Bradford Library is a brilliant resource. They have online books and also a click and collect service, which means that you can log on and go and collect books if you need to, if you want a kind of physical copy. If you're not a member of the library, it's really easy to join online. There's one simple form to fill in for your child. So you need to put in your email address, but your child's details, and that at the bottom, if your child is under 16, you are confirming that you are the parent or carer, and then you will get a PIN and a membership. To access the online library, you have to download an app called Borrow Box, and that will give you access to all of the ebooks and e-magazines that are online. As I mentioned before, there's also an order and collect service, which means you can choose which library you would like to collect a book from, and they give you a time to go and collect that. Online, Amazon and the Kindle app also have reference to 3 classic books that you can download. There are lots of them out there, but I had to look at David Copperfield, and you can kind of look inside. You do need an Amazon account, but you can read those classic books for free online too. Also, the Oak Academy has a virtual school library. Every week they have a new key author, sometimes aimed at lower years, but the first week they had Jacqueline Wilson, and so you can have free access to those books on a weekly basis. You could listen online with Audible. This is a great resource. If you go to Audible, you can choose what age group you want to look at. There are lots of different categories, so tween. They have lots of Audible originals, but also some classics on there. So if your child is really reluctant to read, that might be a way forward to listen to a story, and maybe you could listen to it together. I also had a look at the teen section. If you've got a child in Key Stage 4, there are lots of quality fiction and non-fiction books available to listen to online. Home Connect, if you have a child in year 7 and 8, is a great way of keeping track of where they are with their reading progress. You can log on to the system using our dedicated website link, There will be a PDF that goes with this video with those links on it. And you log in using your child's username and password, and they will know what that is. And then you can get email alerts if they've done a quiz. So expectations are that every student reads for 20 minutes a day, but also in year 7 and 8, it's really important they continue to quiz.